1-0 inside for ball two. Ingle at the top of this Wofford lineup that's hitting .279 as a team, with 12 homers on the year. A group that was picked to finish 5th in the Southern Conference this season, in just their second year as a program. Lamb's first strike, that's the inside corner.
Yeah, and you look at that lineup, Caden, you see a lot of youth, but it's that experience just from being in that first year of a program last year that these sophomores are building on, finding that confidence in the box.
The catcher lines it foul to even the count. A senior out of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. It's just northwest of Chattanooga on the map. He's 270 this year.
Just one of 3 seniors in this squad, one of the leaders for this team. A positive voice, according to Coach Butler.
Her second year with the Terriers. She was a part of that inaugural team last season. 2-2 from Lamb is high for ball 3. Player that's been her first 2 seasons at the junior college level at Cleveland State. She's an all-conference selection there. Neely Lamb with a .322 ERA this season, just north of 45 innings. Her payoff, fouled in the net once again. Three-two from Lamb, sent back to the screen. Yet again, Ingle battling here in the first at bat of the ball game. An 8-pitch at bat to open up this Wednesday night clash.
And that one just too low and out of the zone there.
Lamb has really had good command of the zone all season long. She's walked 3 batters in only 2 of her 17 outings this year. 2-out toss to Abby Gossett's inside for a ball.
Yeah, coming into this week, Lamb sits top 23 in the nation when it comes to strikeouts per 7 innings. She's very efficient when she can get into rhythm.
She attacks the 1-0 pitch. It's swung back to even the count. Gossett was a big-time difference maker in Wofford's walk-off win last night against Winthrop. She hit the game-tying 2 RBI double in the 6th. It's her 4th double of the season. The 1-1, the freshman sees it at eye level for ball 2. And now catcher Lexi Winter is going to walk out for a quick conversation with Lamb. It gives us a great chance, though, Amanda, to talk about the year that Wofford is having. Just their second year as a program, already at 20 wins, and they just started conference play a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's interesting when you talk to Coach Butler, you know, about expectations in their first year. They're like, hey, let's just try to win 5 games, right? And then all of a sudden they did win 5 games pretty quickly, and then they exceeded those expectations, and they just kept doing that. So now they have a great foundation from that first year to have that success to really build off of it in year 2.
2-1 to Gossett's high, ball 3. Neely Lamb struck out the first batter of the ball game, and Hope Ingle got a ground out from Sampson, but then walked Stanley a moment ago on 4 pitches. She's battled back and has got Gossett on a full count. Strong winds pushing in from center field, really towards the right field line. Payoff pitch. Popped up right side. It'll find the seats and work its way up into a fan's pocket.
The dog is okay. It is bark in the parks. There's a lot of dogs here at Beckham Field.
And we were told they were expecting about 50 dogs here, and that's because of strong defense behind them. Greenwood, a really strong shortstop for this group. You've got Petty on the opposite side of second base. That duo's combined for the 3rd most double plays in the country. Nearly had one there, but Shelton's speed will save the first base. One out. Here's Ariana Rohde, Cranston, Rhode Island junior. A .388 hitter fouls this one off.
Axelson wanting to do the same thing that she just did a batter ago, being able to have that ground out, rely on her defense. Coach Butler saying, you know, the pitcher's calmness really steadies the defense behind them.
0-2 offerings low. Ball one. Rohde coming off a weekend at LSU, went 3 for 9 with her 6th double of the season. Also drove in her 36th run. Up and in to even the count. Axelson fires off the plate. Doesn't catch the outside corner. The count's full. As big as Rohde's power numbers are, man, and she's also been extremely efficient, being patient at the plate.
Great job by Lamb. Really settled here. Finding that zone, was a little too high in the pitch before, but then able to even it out there. Catching Petty, looking, and swing and a miss.
Lamb's 61st strikeout on the season. Base is clear, one down for Hannah Maddox, the Wofford right fielder. One of the few seniors that the Terriers have. She swings to the first pitch she sees and fouls it off. Maddox, a player that really had a big breakout week over her last 4 games. She's hitting .428 in her last 4 games. She started the season, before that, Amanda, get this, as the 0-1 offers, in the air, right side, out of play. She started the year 1 for 7 in the first 19 games. Really didn't get too many looks offensively, but she worked her way into the lineup this past weekend at UNC Greensboro. Got 4 hits there with a pair of doubles. And then last night in the walk-off win against Winthrop, went 2 for 5 with an RBI. That was the walk-off winning hit. 11th inning thriller last night in the upstate. Lamb's 0-2 pitch stays up for ball one.
Yeah, talk about a tight turnaround. Coach Butler really wanted to emphasize her Terriers being able to meet the moment, that the lights don't get too bright. This is their first Power 4 conference, or non-conference game.
1-2 pitch just misses the upper inside corner to even the count. Hampson, their left fielder. Player that hit her 5th double of the season over the weekend, the series at UNC Greensboro. She fouls back the first pitch she sees in her 2nd at bat of the day. Grounded out to short last time up. Low and in to even the count. Hope Engel at first base. She's 3 for 3 on steals this season. But overall, as a team, Wofford closing in on 50 stolen bases as a group. 49 for 57 in attempts this season. 1-1, fouled off, strike 2. Sampson, one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup tonight. The other in the on-deck circle in Stanley. Player out of Monroe, Georgia. Comes from a softball family. Both her sisters played at Division I level, one at Georgia Southern, the other played at Florida. 2-2, we'll see it again. Wofford looking for back-to-back wins this week, and it's the first time in their program's history, just their second season, but first time they've ever faced a Power 4 and ranked opponent.
And they're coming off a tough series loss against UNCG. That was their first ever series loss. Coach Butler saying she's so sick of firsts.
3-2 pitch. Once again, we will see it again. And that was a tough series for Wofford to go into. I mean, you're talking about a UNC Greensboro team that has won 3 of the last 5 SoCon titles. So that's one of the powerhouses of the Southern Conference. Wofford went up there, competed well. We are through 4, and South Carolina leads it. Took the first base dugout up in Spartanburg, named after it. Gracie Parker will lead off the inning for the Terriers here in the top of the 5th, as they only have a pair of hits tonight, trying to make up a 2-run deficit. Parker has one of those. She singled back in the 2nd inning. Seven, 8, 9 in the order due up for the Terriers. Second time through. Lily Lamb remains in the circle for South Carolina, making her 11th start of the season. 18th overall appearance. 2-0 pitch is in for ball 3. The 3-0's outside for ball 4. Just under 85 innings. The 1-0 finds the zone to even the count.
You can tell we got a fresh arm in there. Jory Hurd with a little zip in her pitch. She's built up a pretty impressive resume throughout this season.
That velocity is going to get up to the upper 60s. Tops out right around 68, but the coaching staff really believes there's some room for growth there as time goes on to see that speed climb up higher.
Which is what Coach Chastain Woodard wants. She wants multiple pitchers that can come in there and get the job done. They don't want to have to rely on just one, and they've been able to build confidence in these big SEC series.
2-1 pitch upstairs for ball 3. Heard one of the few returners that came back to the Gamecocks to play for first-year head coach Ashley Chastain Woodard. The only returning Gamecock on the pitching staff. 3-1. Campbell tried to lay down a bunt. It rolled foul. The count's full. Campbell struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. Parker, and takes a runner out of scoring position potentially. Leaves one on with one down.
See that infield move in and get ready. A nice chop, and they pick it up. South Carolina's defense picking up an out here.
They take the lead runner off the base pass. Bring up Caitlin Greenwood, the 9-hole hitting shortstop, who grounded out her last time up. This time to the plate, she takes strike 1. A redshirt sophomore playing back in her hometown tonight. She is a Columbia kid, prepped at nearby Cardinal Newman High School. She was all-state there as a senior. The count now 0-2. Not to mention, on top of all that, Amanda, a player that just celebrated a birthday on Monday.
Well, happy belated.
So coming back home, a little belated birthday gift. Get to play, I'm sure, in front of a lot of family and friends back here in Columbia tonight. Fouls back the pitch, stay alive on 2 strikes. Oh, 2 right side. Brody gave some chase, but was not going to get there in time. Also helped bring the state championship to her high school during her freshman season, so certainly left her mark there over at Cardinal Newman. Freshman first baseman leads this club in batting average this year and slugging percentage. She has been a big focal point for them all season long.
6th toughest in this conference to strike out. Top 10 in that batting average. Jory Hurd's going to have to find a way to get her out.
The vacancy sign turned off on the base paths. Stanley tonight 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch home is high for ball 1, and Winter is going to walk out for a circle conversation.
Jory Hurd is no stranger to pressure. She pitched 6 innings on Sunday in Baton Rouge. Picked up that win through 5 strikeouts.
And it won't just be Winters talking to Hurd. He'll be joined in the circle from head coach Ashley Chastain Woodard. A big-time moment in this game, Amanda. So far for Wofford, they had a pair of base hits throughout the game coming into this inning, and now thanks to a leadoff walk, a single, and a second walk of the inning, the first though from her since she came in relief of starter Neely Lamb, has suddenly loaded them up and put Wofford in prime scoring position here in the 5th.
They definitely made some adjustments, and even though there's a new pitcher, you know, Jory Hurd comes in and they're able to figure her out right away and get some base runners on here. But also credit to their defense. Without good defense, you know, South Carolina could have put some more runs on, but still just 2-0. This game is anyone's.
Mentioned a bit ago, but Wofford's first time ever facing a ranked team and first time ever facing a Power 4 team. They would love to make it their first ever win over those 2 categories.
Especially got a lot of South Carolina natives on this Wofford team. Wanted to bring home a win here.
Bases loaded in a 2-run game. With 2 outs, the 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. Brianna Stanley at the plate for Wofford. She went 2 for 5 in last night. Now time called from Wofford head coach Chelsea Butler saying something to the umpire.
Wofford is challenging that the runner lift early. That play is under review.
That's Andrew Matson, our home plate umpire and crew chief tonight. So we're headed to a video review here in the bottom of the 5th, as you just heard, to see if Ella Chansey left first base early, trying to swipe that bag. Critical moment here, Amanda. You just saw Wofford has shown themselves that they can be, as you said it, within striking distance of this South Carolina team. Left the bases loaded last inning, and they want to keep this at a 2-run deficit. Take a look here, and keep in mind that ball's to be completely out of Axelson's hand before Chansey takes off. Also important to note, the umpiring crew isn't seeing what we are seeing. They're going off of the SEC's video review system, stationed around the ballpark. Various cameras all fixed at different locations. Here's a best look at it. Gonna be close. First base coach for South Carolina kind of stepping into our view there. But like I said, Amanda, this isn't the view that the umpires are seeing. That's why it's important to know.
Right, and something to note is they have to have enough evidence to overturn the call as well.
We're here in the bottom of the 5th, currently reviewing if Ella Chansey left first base early. There's no doubt she successfully stole the base, but did she get an extra step? They've concluded their review, and here's Andrew Matson with the decision.
That is Wofford's first challenge.
Call is upheld. Safe at second is Ella Chansey. The Gamecocks have a runner in scoring position. Wofford will have 1 left. They want to challenge one more play for the rest of the night. Tonight in Columbia, the Gamecocks lead it 2-0.
Every frame, they get closer and closer to getting one home.
Terriers tonight, 3 hits on the evening. First pitch to Abby Gossett's called a strike on the outside corner. DP tonight, 0 for 1 with a walk. Jory Hurd back in the circle for South Carolina. She stepped in and inherited a runner with no outs in that 5th inning. Gave up a base hit and walked one herself, but got out of the jam. (0-2) fouled off. Into the screen opposite way this time.
Jory Hurd doing a nice job of staying ahead in the count. In that previous inning, she was finding herself behind in the count. Now she's been able to find that zone a little better.
(0-2) pitch upstairs. Gossett back for her sophomore season at Wofford. She was part of the inaugural team last year that won more than 20 games. And so far this year, it's just April the 2nd. We hit 20 wins last night against Winthrop. 1-2 pitch down in the dirt to even the count. Hurd fires home. This at bat to begin the 6th just continues to climb. Soon to be the 9th pitch of the at bat on the way. Gossett batting out of the cleanup spot tonight.